Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about the Harvester and the Planter, two blocks by the Mindfactory Reloaded mod which you can find in the Feed the Beast mod pack. So let's get started with the Harvester. Basically, the Harvester, does exactly what it says it does. It harvests a 3x3 block and it harvests anything you can cultivate, like wheat, different types of plants, melons, all that good stuff. All that is automatically harvested by this block when it receives power. For power, it takes either Redstone Flux or Industrial Craft 2 EU, which you can provide with either Buildcraft's engines or Industrial Craft 2's MFSU or MFEs. So if you take a look at the UI, the first bar here is actually how much sludge the device holds, because you don't just get it for free, this harvesting. No, you actually get sludge coming out once you have harvested, and the more sludge you have, the slower that the actual harvester will operate, and once it's full it will take 3 times as long just to do one block. So this second bar is the energy bar, and this determines how much energy it has available to use in its buffer. It has a 16,000 RF or Redstone Flux buffer, or you can use EU, which then tops this up as well. The third bar is the work bar, and this just when it's operating, this just says if it's being used or not. And this fourth bar is the idle phase, so it has 5 ticks, so it does a 5-tick cycle, so it should only take about half a second for it to do its work. There's also these 2 buttons here, and the first one is the shear leaves, so if you leave that on no, when you're planting trees in front it won't shear the leaves, but if you want it to do that you can turn it to yes. And it also can harvest small shrooms. If you say no, it will leave them on the ground, but if you press yes, it will then cultivate them as well. So there's also this small little thing here, this little chip icon, and basically you can upgrade this harvester so its range is increased. So currently I'm going to use this precision sledgehammer to show you what sort of area it's covering. This blue area here is showing what it can harvest. If you use one of the many upgrades available, oh no, I don't want to rotate that, I want to open it. You can see we have all different types of upgrades. We've got silver, bronze, all the way up to emerald and platinum, which are very expensive. For example, the platinum is 3 shiny ingots, 3 raw plastic, 2 redstone and a gold nugget. So quite expensive. Obviously, if you're looking at emerald, you need 3 emeralds. So that might not be too hard if you have a village nearby, like I do. But of course, that is something you need to think about. But obviously, once you use one of these upgrades, you can then insert it into the harvester, and it's increased its range. So now it's a massive 10 by 10. So that's all well and good, but how do you actually make the harvester? Well, there's a few different crafting recipes, but on the Industrial Craft 2 standalone recipe, we have this one here, and it's 3 plastic sheets, 2 shears, a golden axe, and a factory machine block. So this is all quite easy stuff. Plastic sheets is just raw plastic, 4 raw plastic, and that is made by smelting rubber. Golden axe, you most likely know. In case you don't know what shears are, it's 2 iron ingots in a diagonal, so that's very easy. And the factory machine block is 3 stone and 3 plastic sheets. I have the Direwolf 20 Feed the Beast mod pack, so it can vary depending on which mod pack you have, but I've got this one here. This makes a harvester. You have 2 plastic sheets, a shears, 2 Invar axes, which are Invar ingots, and 2 sticks. And an Invar ingot is 1 Invar blend, which is shapeless crafting iron dust and pulverized ferrous metal. So that's not too hard. It's easy. It's easy enough. Next, you have the machine frame, and that is made by using thickened glass, iron ingots, and a tin gear, so not too difficult there. And then the last 3 are 2 gold gears, which is just an iron gear surrounded by gold ingots, and then a redstone reception coil, which is a gold ingot and 2 redstone. So once you've done that, you will then have your harvester. So then you also have a separate tool you might want to use in case you need to rotate it, and that is what we saw earlier. It's the precision sledgehammer. And all you need to do is right click on the harvester and it rotates what area it will cover. To make the precision sledgehammer, we need 2 sticks and 3 plastic sheets. So that's how you make the harvester, but the harvester is good on its own, but we can make this even better. We can add the planter, and what the planter does is a 3x3 block area above. It will actually take the ground and replant seeds for you automatically once the harvester has done its job. And this is very helpful in conjunction with that because it means you can completely automate the process. Like the harvester, the planter has an internal buffer of 8,000 redstone flux, and you can also use Buildcraft and Industrial Craft 2 machines with that as well. It also has a work bar and a 5 idle tick as well. Very much like the harvester, it can also take upgrades. So if we put this lapis upgrade here, it should increase our radius by 1. So now it harvests a 4x4 area instead of a 3x3. So to actually craft the planter, it doesn't take much more than a harvester. We still need 2 plastic sheets, 2 pistons, a machine frame, 2 copper gears, a redstone reception coil, and a flower pot, which is just 3 brick, like that. When using the planter, the UI has this 4x4 grid here, and this is where you put your resources. So this is where you'll be putting your seeds and sugarcane, for example, and that's just where that sits. It's like a small chest. On the left is the filter. Now, on the 3x3 here, this is actually what it puts in each place. So this is the most northwest position, and if you put a seed in there, it will fill that spot in the 3x3, that top left there. So you can arrange different types of things in different places. If any one of these filter squares are left empty, it just fills the spot with any seed by random. So now you've seen what the harvester and planter are and how you can make them, let's go over and look at our demonstration. So I've got a little setup going on here, and basically I'm just going to explain what's going on and then we'll do a demonstration. So here we got a 3x3 square of wheat, and here's our harvester right here. It is being currently powered by a creative engine, so any Buildcraft engine will power it because it does have an internal buffer of 16,000 redstone flux, so that is not an issue. I've got another creative engine powering this wooden transport pipe, and I've got a cobblestone transport pipe going into this chest here, which feeds in the wheat and seeds. So over here I've also got a quartz fluid pipe, but you could really use any fluid pipe, so it's not really an issue. This is transporting the sludge, and I've got a tank here, and that is filling up. As you can see, there's 340 out of 48,000 MB in there. So down here there is a hole where I've made our planter, and that has a internal buffer of 8,000 redstone flux. And in this grid here, I'm putting the seeds in here, and I've got another creative engine powering that, and that is just on. That's just got the on state, so that's doing it automatically once this is farmed. Obviously I've got water here to keep this to keep this dirt hydrated, I should say. So right now it's got full energy. I have it off because obviously we want to demonstrate what is actually happening here. So what will happen is it will harvest the seeds, spit it out here and put it in a chest, and the sludge will then fill up there. We'll see the number change, and we'll see the seeds and wheat go through this pipe here. So let's go and flick this on, and there we go. It's done it just like that. And you might have just catch that sludge going in that pipe and into the tank. So let's just flick that off because we don't need to have it on. It says it's on, but when it is on, that turns off the machine. So as you can see, the planter has done its work straight away, and it's already planted the seeds for us instantly. So over here we see it now says 430. So the sludge has built up, but you can also put it directly to a tank next to it. But if you want to shift it away with some pipes, you can do that as well. And it's just finished putting that in there, and we got some more wheat and seeds. And obviously you can then take those seeds and put them back into the planter, so it's just an infinite process. So that has been a small little look at what the planter and the harvester do when they're put together. It's a good way of starting automation quite simply for farming in the Feed the Beast mod pack. It's not too hard to make, and it's a lot of fun. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. So don't forget to subscribe, and on the right I have cards available for playlists to do with my Feed the Beast tutorials and my Minecraft tutorials and my Minecraft playlist in general. So have a look at that, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.